What is going on, guys? Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, guys, is the drop of course, Act 3 Heresy and everything. Bringing some juicy new, I'd say, story content and everything. No real actual weapons, but the big thing I'm interested in, everyone else can do the little story stuff. You know, it's a PvE game and whatnot. But for the PvP mains, the big deal, the big thing, is that Redrixs Estoc actually got a bigger nerf. So they nerfed a little bit, I think, before, but they did, like, basically nothing to it. This is their second pass. I tried to nerf it, and I do think it might make a little bit of difference, but based off how the weapon performs and everything, it's not going to be that big of a deal. You'll see on the screen, though, all the sorts of nerfs that are coming, so you will see it's kind of getting a double nerf because the best role for this is really Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf's insane. So Lone Wolf in general is getting a little bit of a nerf when it comes to aim assist, and it's obviously going to depend on if you're with teammates or whatnot, but obviously it's getting increased airborne effectiveness, so you're getting a nerf and a little bit of a buff. So yeah, it's getting double nerf in the sense that the Lone Wolf is getting nerfed, and it's also going to be getting nerfed itself. The Redrixs Estoc getting its stats reduced. You'll see the range is getting reduced by from 54 to 46. So they're taking its range down by 8. It is going to be losing some handling as well, 74 to 69. Nice. And it is going to be going from 82 to 80 aim assist. And I will say right off the rip, that isn't that much, honestly. We're going to showcase what this Estoc is like. Have they finally slayed the beast? Have they actually, you know, given people some hope that PvP might not be unbearable to play anymore? That's what we're here to find out. So without further ado, let's go in with the Redrixs Estoc pulse rifle. Alrighty, so we are going to be on, oh my god, we're right up in press already. Oh my god, I missed like every shot. I can already tell you no scope is not as fun. Can I unfreeze, please? Thank you. Well, you can kind of see that the Estoc, it's going to be on Cirrus Plaza. This should be pretty dope still. It's still a decent pulse rifle, and you can kind of see the no scopes definitely are a little bit. Well, I'm going to get used to this weapon again. I just got shredded. But the Estoc itself, it's still going to be pretty dope, and if you can no-scope with these weapons, it's still pretty sick. You can kind of see I'm hitting a lot of body shots still, so maybe the aim assist is helping, or obviously being down a little bit. I'm getting shot in the ass. Buddy. How do you lose that fight? You missed like 6 shots. But I will say, I can definitely already kind of notice the range there for a little bit with the no-scoping. Downsides, not so much, because as I said, it's all about the zoom magnification and stuff, but it definitely will affect the no-scoping. But to be honest, that's not that big a deal, because, oh my god, you were able to map with this freaking thing, no-scoping, which was pretty insane. So nerfing it a little bit so you can't really no-scope but still be able to ADS is pretty much fine. But I can already feel like this hasn't really changed that much. Maybe not as consistent at 2-tapping, and you can kind of see him hitting a lot of bodies, but that's just me being honest. If you hit your headshots, you still will rail. And because this does, oh my god, I'm getting chased. Oh, don't fist me. Currency, save me, Currency. Oh, heal me, Poppy. That's why you gotta use the Currencies. You get the extra damage going. Oh man, you gotta see any damage puff on this weapon. It's still kind of insane. This is the aerial effectiveness. Yep. As I said, sword logic with the radiant and not any sort of damage buff. It's still gonna rail people. So as much as the changes are probably gonna make a little bit of a difference, I think on a lot of the maps, like this is probably one of the most standard sort of mid-range maps. There's a lot of maps kind of like this. Job 4, freaking, oh my god, there's so many people. I'm so dead. But nearly every map is in around the same size, so I can't see this being absolutely nuked or anything like that. I still think this is gonna be still top dog. I mean, there is other weapons in the game that do well, but there's still nothing that really like climbs up to this. So they did bring this down a little bit, but nothing behind it is that good that you can bring it back up. And there's my one. We get the sword logic go, so we just rail this guy, and I'm whiffing so many, but it's still freaking pretty nutty, as I said. Obviously, if you're ass like me, it's not great, but you hit your headshots, you just kind of rail. This thing is still just, it's still a beast. It's just like, they did try to nerf this, but as I said, there's just nothing else that's really comparable right now to this. It's still an absolute freaking stat monster. Even nerfing the Lone Wolf didn't really change it. And, oh, he's one-tappable. Get his ass out. I'm gonna die for that. God damn it. And this isn't even me kind of using it in its final form. And oh my god, right, I'm gonna get the sword logic going off this. And these are elite, so I got like sword logic by 4 or something going if I get this. Oh my god, sword logic by 3. Oh my god, 48 dome. That's literally a 4-tap. That's 2 bursts. Oh my god, the sword logic by 3. That's only because the kid's elite. You can't really get this going in PvP. Well, you actually can't get it going in PvP. Oh my god, just camping the spot. Machacho here though, he's weak and we'll get the cleanup kill. You gotta love it. I want to try actually kind of no scope a little bit more. Obviously this range, not really gonna no scope, and you kind of see there is a little bit of fall off with the sword logic, but it's just the no scoping. And oh my god, the glacial quake, buddy. Don't run at me, buddy. Ego, get your ego away from me. Oh my god, he killed someone behind me, but I actually got the finishing blow. Oh my god, absolutely juked on. I do that and turn into biggest potato ever and whiff the shot. That's what happens to me. I do something so good in PvP, and then the next thing I do is just absolute dog. But I can already say, yeah, this Estoc, it's still pretty nasty. The no-scope is definitely a little bit different, but it's still an absolute beast. And this isn't even its final form, as I said. Hunters with the Radiant Stance Machines are still going to do absolute freaking work. And give me this kill. Currency and save me. Boom. There we go. Give me the heals, and then we rail everybody. You just need one currency kill. Once you get it going, you can just legit rail people because you're getting full heal the whole time. But yeah, hunters are really going to be where it's at with the Radiant Stance Machines. That's where they're going to absolutely freaking slay. Oh, the sword logic. It's just an absolute filthy ass weapon. I mean, they tried to slay the beast, but they could not put this thing down. This thing still is absolutely freaking disgusting. I do really want to kind of get the no-scopes kind of going. You can see it actually does work there, but no-scope is definitely the most interesting, I'd say, part. It's definitely not as accurate, which does make sense, and obviously, as I said, I'm on my Warlock, so I don't have the dance machines to no-scope with, which is what made this freaking so good with the dance machines. Even the Nerf version of this, as I said, it's still an absolute freaking beast. Like, as I said, this is like the nerfs, technically secondly nerfs, because it's not in Hunter and everything like that. I'll do a game with Hunters to kind of showcase it, but it's still an absolute beast. No-scope and definitely... Oh, what a shot, buddy. No reprieve from up top. Ooh. Oikyo out of nowhere, and we actually lost. That's probably my bad. But yeah, I'll go and do a Hunter game because I want to showcase just how powerful it can still be. But I still do think if you're a Warlock or a Titan player, this is still like best in class. This thing absolutely shreds still. Alrighty, so we're going to do a game, as I said, on our Hunter with the old RDMs and a freaking Void Hunter. And we're going to just absolutely slay because this is realistically where it was kind of the most broken was with the RDMs. You can see the no-scopes are so easy. You can get your headshots, you get your freaking shields and everything going. It's just, yeah, it's easy down. Oh my god, he got suspended. Oh, but this is, yep, the lanes, as you see. They nerfed the range on this, and it still goes freaking miles with the RDMs too. It's still going to be best in class. This thing just absolutely rails. As I said, the no-scope is a little bit more inaccurate, I'd say, even with the Radiant Stance Machines, but it hasn't done enough to make this ass. It hasn't done enough to slay this at all. People are still going to freaking use this, and buddy, give me those freaking crests. Ooh, look at him trying to squirrel away all these freaking crests. No thank, I'm playing OBJ this game. Well, hunters are still eating freaking good with this weapon. It's still gonna, as I said, be best in class. Unless you get like a really, really long range map, you're still gonna see this on things like Burnout. You can see Jaf 4, Cirrus Plaza. Those sorts of maps are still gonna benefit a ton from this weapon. Even the no-scoping, I mean, it's just disgusting. And like, it's probably not as consistent. Oh my god, I'm ass. And I'm so freaking dead. Oh, buddy, you're coming with me. Martyrdom, it's probably not as consistent as it once was, but it's still, as I said, an absolute freaking machine in the right freaking build. Look at this guy, buddy. My man's charging up the biggest small bean punch ever from 100 miles away. Oh god, but as I said, as soon as you get sword logic kind of going, oh man, it's disgusting. And with this build, of course, like, I got 2 damage fall off there. I'm still 100 miles away from him. I should not be hitting max damage for that range. Oh, went for the wrong target. That was just bad target selection, but gotta see. The only time I've really lost fights right now with this hunter is when I'm not shooting first or I'm shooting at someone else and they get team shot. That's like the only freaking time. Other than that, this thing just, it's a 1v1 machine. Oh my, there's so many crests here. Let me bank, let me bank. Oh, I don't want this special. Let me bank glory to our highness. As I said, I was going to be full OBJ, but we are kind of absolutely railing these. And oh, they lost it, but there we go, the no-scopes. I do think that the no-scoping is definitely not as headshot accurate as this thing used to rail headshots, but this thing is still, yeah, it's still ridiculous. I mean, with Lone Wolf and just the sword logic, I think sword logic is probably the one that's carrying me the most, because as soon as you get a kill, you rail. And you can see, I won that 1v1 too. It's just... Oh god, how can Bungie just not nerf weapons properly? Unless they absolutely destroy the weapon, they never tune them really correctly. They're always just insane until they become ass. And look at this guy. Maybe that's just the meta speaking and I'm whiffing every shot. Maybe that's just me being a meta slave or whatever, but I don't know, I just feel like this pulse rifle, you're still gonna see this everywhere. Everyone's still gonna be using this freaking thing because just rails. Just absolutely freaking rails. We got the freaking cleanup. Oh, sword logic kind of go. We get this guy, he's miles away, and I still hit nearly full damage there, buddy. You're gonna run at me, right? Ooh, look at us go. Maybe with this nerf and everything, but like, look at that range. I know I'd fall off, but the damage is still that good that just get deleted. I mean, dude, how does that? You'd have that sort of fall off with the high impact frame pulses, and there's a no scope kill. I mean, yeah, this is just, it's just so ridiculous. I mean, on Hunter as well, it just. exuberates just how much this is still insane. But yeah, I think Bungie just, you know, I wouldn't say screw the pooch a bit, but they definitely didn't get this enough of a nerf. I understand maybe they just don't want to ruin the fantasy. And a lot of people do love this weapon, so absolutely nerfing it to the ground probably isn't what they want to do. Oh, we get this guy. The kill, get the heals. But this is still going to be an absolute freaking menace. And oh, give me the sword logic by 3. We get the sword logic by 3. I missed it because he was suspended. I didn't even know you could suspend them things. How are they going to get any kink from that? Sword logic by 3 though. So we should just start double tapping or triple tapping people. Man. Oh, the sword logic by 3 is actually kind of toxic. I'm not going to lie. Going invis as well. These are probably just so mad. Thank you for letting me reproc my sword logic, buddy. That was really nice. And oh my god, off the spawn. This is toxic. I'm not gonna lie. I think that was the match complete. Yeah, it is. Oh god, this weapon is just, yeah, it's all sorts of busted still. I mean, obviously on Hunter it's a lot better with the ready stance machines and everything, but I just think in general this is still a busted ass pulse rifle. The nerf, it did something, but definitely not enough because this thing still absolutely claps. Well, that is it for me, and of course, the Redrixs Estoc itself, as you can kind of see on the Hunter, it is a little bit better, of course, with the radiant stance machines. It's honestly actually kind of insane. The dance machines are just kind of nutty. But yeah, Hunters are still going to kind of reign supreme with this weapon. I don't think the nerf has really done that much to move the needle, mainly because there's nothing in behind it that's just as strong. They nerfed it, yes, but it's just not as good as it was, but it's still better than everything really else. Unless you go on like the super range maps, you can see like Jade Rabbit and stuff was doing well in Trials this weekend. But the fact that it's still a pulse rifle and they go so damn far and also be used up close, because the no scoping, it is a lot harder and definitely can't go as far, but as soon as you stick on the radiant stance machines, it's like so stable, you can rail people in the head. So yeah, the Estoc itself, this isn't really gonna fall away or anything like that. And you still also do have, of course, the old Battler BXR2. That's not getting nerfed as much as this is. This one's getting its stats toned down a bit. The Battler is still a dope ass pulse, but these legacy pure frames, this like sort of frame pulse, they're just insane. They're just insane right now, mainly because RPM 2 450s are kind of doing well, but it's legit because you can no scope with them so close. You keep your radar up and then you can aim really, really well. It's such a clean scope. Yeah, if you don't have it, you can actually just pick it up from Shacks. You can buy it off them. It's real cheap because obviously there was a bug at the start. And the Estoc, this is here to stay. They have not slain the beast whatsoever. They only toned it down a bit. They've kind of nerfed it a little bit, but they have not slain the beast. This thing still absolutely rails PvP. But regardless, if you liked the video, just like, and do some more content, subscribe. Fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.